I feel like it's a long time since I've actually sat down and recorded. Obviously the last load of videos have been vlogs and pre-recorded videos sort of from when we got back from our wedding and our honeymoon. So I haven't actually sat down and recorded in well over a month now. We're into the full swing of December and Christmas is well and truly upon us. Today I wanted to do my current favourites. I feel like I sort of missed the bandwagon for the November favourites. So this is just what I've been enjoying watching, reading, wearing recently. So yeah, let's get right in because there is a lot of stuff to show you today. So the first item is a makeup item, and it's the only makeup item I'm actually going to show you. I've been pretty much a creature of habit with my makeup for the past sort of month or so, and only applying eyeshadow like when I'm going out for Christmas work do's and things like that. So I have one lipstick to show you, and I've shown it in the past, but I thought I'd re-show you because it has been a favourite of mine, and I've been wearing this to work. This is by Urban Decay, and it is one of their cream lipsticks in the colour Rapture. Now I've had this pretty much spot on a year now because I got it when we went to Mexico, and it is a really nice sort of mid-tone berry colour. It's really pretty and it's really creamy to apply. So this lipstick is perfect for work because it doesn't have any of that shimmer or glitter in it, and it's not too dark, so it looks like you've made an effort but doesn't look like you've made too much of an effort. Like, it's not like a going out lipstick. I mean, it can be, but it's not look like you've put on a full face of makeup just to go to work. It's like you've made that sort of nice amount of effort, which a lot of the time I just have to sort of get up and go to work and don't really have time to do much to my hair or just throw on a little bit of makeup. So that has been my first favourite recently, and also it's not what I'm currently wearing. This is the one by Kevyn Aucoin. I will leave a little annotation of what it is because I can never remember the name. It's something Lotus, I want to say. Yeah, something like that. So that's been my first favourite. My next favourite has been a candle, and this is a bit of an odd favourite because it's not one that I would necessarily go out and repurchase, but it's just what we've been burning quite a lot lately, and it is a candle from Bath & Body Works. This is in the Dream Big scent, if you can class that as a scent. It says vanilla musk, orchids and toasted coconut, and it's just a really nice sort of fresh scent. This would definitely be appropriate sort of in the spring and summer, but obviously it's winter and we're burning it anyway. But I've been burning it lately, and it just makes our living room smell really nice and fresh, and just having that ambiance of candle lights and like all our little fairy lights up has been really nice. As you can see, I've put a few little fairy lights. I don't know if you can see them that well because it's quite a gloomy day out, but yeah, I will talk more about Christmas decor in a minute. But I've just been enjoying burning this, and the 3-wick candles from Bath & Body Works are one of my favourites to burn. They're just the right size that you can pretty much burn them really evenly, so you don't get the like caving in, which I have done with like some of my other like larger 3-wick candles. So I've really been liking that. Jump really quickly to a food favourite because it's sort of the only random food favourite I've got, and this has been something that I've tried a couple times lately and I've really been enjoying. I actually had one this morning for my breakfast, and they're just like the perfect thing to have on a winter's morning. I wouldn't say I'd have these in the weekday just because I'm really slow at eating them, and that wouldn't be great for me when I'm in a rush to get to work, but on the weekends it's like a nice little treat. And that is these little Quaker oats, oats so simple little porridge pots. This is the golden syrup flavour. This is my favourite. I had a caramel one this morning which was quite nice as well, and I just have really been enjoying these. I believe I got like 5 for £5 at Tesco, so they're not cheap. If you think one of these is £1, like if you had them every day that would add up, but if you're having them like once every other weekend as like a little treat, it is quite nice to have, and it's sort of just the right amount for me to eat. So yeah, that is what they look like. And that is what I've been enjoying as like my little weekend breakfast treat. So I have 2 book favourites this month. I've not been reading a whole lot actually, just for various other things that I've been doing, which I'll get onto. And I feel like I've just been like really busy from work, and just like when I'm getting home I'm just like shattered and like want to go to bed. So I haven't really been reading a whole ton. But I have completed this book over sort of the past month, I'd say, and this is Spaceman by Mike Massimino. You may recognise him, he was on The Big Bang Theory, he guest starred. I sort of saw that and was like, was he the guy on The Big Bang Theory? Like, but that wasn't the reason I bought the book. I am really interested in space and NASA. Like, my NASA top is like one of my most worn tops I wear. I'm just really intrigued by space and like what's out there. The thought of actually me myself going to space and being up there terrifies me. The thought that other people are up there and that's quite cool, that's really exciting to me. And I was really excited when I saw this book, and probably another reason it sort of persuaded me to buy it was the fact that it was a signed copy, so his signature's inside. It doesn't like, the way he's written Mike doesn't look too much like Mike, I just realised, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. And I love this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I was so drawn into this book. I am going to do a complete book review on it. That's how much I loved it. I don't really do too many sort of one-off book reviews anymore. But this book really like touched a part of me, like just the message of it and like what he went through, and I just really enjoyed the whole writing style and just learning about how he went through the process of getting into space and what they were doing out there, and I just really loved it. And if you have an interest in space at all, definitely a book to pick up. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And then the other book is not really a reading book, and I can't remember if I've shown this in one of my past favourite videos. I'm not quite sure. I think I might have just shown this in like a haul video back when we were out in Florida. But this is actually mine and Darren's. This is the Navigators Council journal, and this is a book put together by Audrey and Jeremy Roloff from Little People Big World. I follow them religiously on like Instagram and social media, and this is basically a marriage journal. I bought it before we got married, and we started it the first, like we did the first week on the 1-week anniversary we got married. And I will do a video at some point doing sort of a review and our thoughts about it, but basically it's something you do once a week, and it has 6 questions, and you basically sit down together and you answer those questions reflecting either on the week that's gone or the week up ahead. And they have a little I'm not quite sure what you would call this, but like a little scripture or something either Jeremy or Audrey have written, and it sort of gives you the word for the week to sort of reflect on. And it's just a really nice book to sort of have that quality time. It takes, I mean, it can take as long as you want, but for us it probably takes about 10 minutes. We do it every Sunday, usually in the evening, like usually like as we're like getting ready for bed. And it's just nice to like put all technology down and just reflect together and have that sort of quality time together. So we've really been, well, I can't say that for Darren, but I've really been enjoying filling this out. We've been doing it obviously since we got married, so we will do our 12th week today, which is very exciting. And yeah, but like I said, I will probably do in the new year a more in-depth review about this book after we've done sort of a couple more weeks to gather some more of our thoughts about it. So I'll move on to clothing, because I have quite a few pieces actually this month to show you. The first item is a pair of trainers, and these are my new Nike trainers. I sort of got these on a whim. They had a offer on an Office website quite a while ago actually. I wouldn't necessarily recommend shopping with Office just because they're not the easiest if you need to return things and you don't have a store near you. because you have to find like one of these Collect Plus locations. You can't just send it back at any old post office, which is annoying. But that's me think away from the subject of the shoes. I can't quite remember what kind of shoes that these are. I will again insert a little annotation of them and link them down below if I can still find them. But they're these really pretty sort of purple with that sort of hint of grey colour to them. They're really nice and light. Obviously I've got my Nike Rocher Runs, I think that's what they're called, the black with the white sole, and I just wanted another like colour that I could accessorise with, and this is like one of my favourite colours, this like purple, and it goes with pretty much anything that I wear, so I've been enjoying wearing those lately, and I'm trying to keep them in as nice a condition as I can. The next item is a jumper, and I got this very recently, like this week, and it's already become a favourite. I got it off ASOS, and it was actually the only thing that I kept from that order from ASOS, and it's this cropped jumper. It's got long sleeves to it, and then it's got this polka dot pattern on it, and I've really been enjoying just like lounging around the house in this. Sometimes in the evening I'll put it on, like once I've got my pyjamas I'll put this on over it, and it's really nice because you don't get too hot because it's cropped, but it keeps like your shoulders and your arms nice and warm, because I tend to have short sleeve pyjamas all year round. So this has just been really, really nice, and yeah, I could definitely see myself pairing this with like high-waisted trousers, and like styling it as an actual way of wearing it outside the house. But for the moment I've just been really enjoying wearing it sort of as loungewear. The next thing is a jacket, and I've had this for quite a while. I got it literally I think just before we went away for our wedding, but of course I haven't really had a chance to wear it until now. And this is a jacket by Dorothy Perkins. This is a biker jacket, and or a leather jacket, and I was on the hunt for one where the zip went straight down the middle. It didn't have those flaps like a lot of leather jackets have, because they're more like biker jackets. I wanted one that was more of like a bomber jacket style, if you know what I mean, where the zip goes straight down the middle, like you've got no extra pieces of fabric on the front. It's got this really nice sort of stitching on the shoulders, and it's got pockets which are really quite nice and big, and it's just really, really nice. You can dress it up, you can wear it out really casually, and yeah, just like it's just hit that mark where it's probably too cold to wear it now, but on the days when it's a bit warmer, as in like more mild, I won't say warm, then this is like the perfect jacket. And the final piece of clothing is very, very snuggly, and I don't know what I was doing on the Asda website, but I was, and I made quite an impulse purchase of buying this and some pyjama bottoms, which in hindsight I found out that my mum has actually got me for Christmas, but it doesn't matter, you can never have too many pyjamas. But as soon as I saw it, I couldn't resist. And this has been my favourite sort of out of the few pieces I got. I can't remember how much it was. I feel like it was only around like £10, so I was like, bargain, need to get it. And it is this super, super soft dressing gown. Now that does not do it justice in the slightest, but it's pink and it's got raccoons on it. Like, I just couldn't say no to that. Like, how could I? It's super, super soft. What I like about it is it's like that 3/4 length, so it's not a really long dressing gown. It's like hits my knees, that sort of length, but it's got the hood, it's got the long arms, it's super, super soft and snuggly, and I've just been really enjoying cozying up to this at night, and then like on weekends just like lounging around in the morning in it. I'm so glad that I didn't pass it up, because I absolutely love it, and it's become my new favourite dressing gown, even if I have got about 3 or 4 other ones. But you know, you've got to have a variety. So I think that's everything I can actually physically show you. Now I will refer to my phone for my notes and go through the rest of the things. My TV favourite for this month has been a show called Living the Dream, and I believe it's on like Sky, so not everyone's going to be able to watch it, but basically it's about a British family that moved to America, Florida to be more precise, and they buy and own a trailer park, and it's not like one of these really nice luxurious like RV parks. It is like a trailer park, and a lot of work needs doing to it, and it's all about them sort of adjusting to American life. And it's got a mother, a father, a son and a daughter, and they've got like some wacky neighbours, and the daughter finds a very religious Christian boyfriend, and it's all about them trying to keep open their trailer park and like improve it. And it is really, really funny. It's one of those shows where I'm sort of like a bit reluctant to watch it when Darren wants to put it on, but then once I am actually watching, I'm like, this is actually really good. So if you've got Sky, I would highly recommend like binge watching it all at once, because it is really good. I have a podcast favourite for the past sort of month or so, and that has been The Heart of It by Estee Lalonde. Obviously, you know Essie Button, or if you don't, you definitely should know about her. She makes YouTube videos, but she has released a series of podcasts under the title The Heart of It, and you can get these on Spotify, which has been really handy. And each week the season's finished now, but they're still up there. And each week she would focus on a different topic. So there was like feminism, tattoos, there was like one about like identity, and she each week has different like people guest speaking. I didn't know any of them except for one week she had her mum, which was really interesting. And I love podcasts. If you just like, you don't want to watch something, if you're trying to do something else but you want to listen to something, so good if you're like cleaning. Or I've used to I'd actually fall asleep to them because I would find them really relaxing, and then I'd have to like go back at another point and like figure out where I left off and could remember. So that has been the podcast I've been really enjoying. And yeah, speaking of like YouTube stars, the YouTuber I've been enjoying watching the past couple of months has been Kate Carney, or Katie Carney. She primarily does vlogs based from her car. I don't think she permanently lives in her car at the moment, but for a period of time she did live in her car. And the whole travelling on the go, like living and travelling on the go, whether it be in your car or an RV or a tiny house, that really interests me, and living that sort of minimalist lifestyle. And I just sort of stumbled across her vlogs, and like living in your car is really extreme, and when you tend to think of people living in their car, you think they've got no choice, they become homeless. But she actually had like a boyfriend at the time, and there was friends she could have stayed with, and she could have gone and stayed with her parents. But that was like something she chose to do, and to see her reasons behind that was really interesting. And I've just really enjoyed watching her vlogs. She's got a very like warm personality, and it's really addictive to watch her videos. So I will link her channel down below. We'll talk about a game that I've been enjoying this month. Now, I was really excited. This came out the end of November, and I was pretty much like watching it, waiting for the launch date, because they kept it very secret. It was released in Australia like a month ago or so, and like people were like downloading it and like trying to get around it, but I thought I'll just wait until it comes out on the British iTunes, and that is Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. I'm just getting it up on my phone right now. I was super excited by this. Come on, load. So there it is. It was super nostalgic for me to download this, and like I was downloading it like we were waiting for the ferry on the way back from work, and I was so excited that like I just had to like set it up. And basically there is like a lot of things it doesn't have compared to like the old Animal Crossing New World, New Leaf, whatever it was called back on the DS, and it makes me really want to go and hunt out my DS and find that. But basically you have a campsite to build, which again is fueling my RV loving life way of living, and you basically, I'm trying to show you, you build like a campsite. So that is like mine at the moment, and you also can decorate your RV which is really cool, and again it's fueling my interest and love for wanting to travel around in an RV. So yeah, the past couple of weeks or so I've not been as in depth on it, but when it first came out I was like all about that. Like I was so invested in it. Another thing I've been doing a lot of over the past couple of weeks is my knitting. I've really been trying to get myself back into knitting ever since we've come back off our holiday. I've really been trying to step up my game to put out new products on my Etsy shop, which is the British Knitter. I actually did try and record a video about new stuff that was on it, and sort of a launch video before we went away, but I've since decided not to upload that, and I'm probably going to do a new updated one soon, just to sort of launch it on my channel properly once I've got sort of all the bits and pieces that I want on it. There's a couple other items I'm working on, but yeah, that's been taking up a lot of my time, is knitting. Between that and the reading, I've not really had time for anything else, and just having these pre-recorded YouTube videos has been really great actually. Another favourite has been mine and Darren's wedding video. We got our wedding video back from our videographer, which was Lighten Films. I will link it down below, and we just fell in love with it. It was so worth the wait. We had a little bit of issue with the audio, and I think that pushed back the time of how long we got it a bit. And I think also considering we got our photos so quickly, we were just like really antsy and waiting for our video, but we loved it. It was so worth the wait, and like I said, I will link that down below. So I think the final thing I have as like a favourite recently has obviously been we've been decorating our house for Christmas, and we've been decorating it for Hanukkah as well. I'm recording this on Sunday, Hanukkah is on Tuesday, so hopefully this goes up before then. I will be doing a video of like how we've decorated for Christmas and for Hanukkah. If you don't know, on my dad's side they are Jewish, and on my mum's side they are like Christian. None of them both practice it very heavily, but I really wanted to sort of start a new like Hanukkah tradition, because we never did that for me as a child, and it's something that I want to sort of install on my children in years to come, and have these traditions and sort of make them aware of where their family history comes from. So not just having the Christmas side of things, basically giving them the best of both worlds. So me and Darren are really excited for it. Darren's really jumped on the bandwagon, which I love. So yeah, we will have a video up sometime next week about Hanukkah and about how we've decorated for Christmas, but we are just super excited to spend our first Christmas together in our new home. Darren's parents are coming down for it, so it's going to be a very busy household over Christmas, but it is very exciting and I can't wait. So yeah, that is all I've got for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too rambly. I feel like I've kind of got out the loop a little bit, but yeah, excited. I've got a lot of exciting videos that I can't wait to record, so should be an interesting couple of weeks to come, and hopefully there'll be some great content in the near future. So yeah, I will see you soon. Bye guys.